All right, let's do a brief audio and visual check. It looks good and sounds good on my end. Good morning, Aaron Trades. Where are you at? Are you in Australia? Is that where you are, I believe? And we have crowns in the YouTube chat. Crowns in the YouTube chat. That is something new that YouTube is doing, I believe. Let me click on it and see what that is. Let me see. Ah, you're in Australia. Okay, so it's 10:30 a.m. It's morning for you. Let's see. I got last night. Gold trade did not work out. We'll see. We'll see how gold is tonight. It is Wednesday's price action. Let's take a look at the news. And before we do that, let me go ahead and copy paste that Topstep risk disclosure in the YouTube chat. This is for educational purposes only. We know that it's not financial advice. It's not signals. Now let's get into this. Let me look at this. What is this YouTube thing? It looks like the top 3 get a crown, and it says, I guess it's just a leaderboard. How am I number 16? I made one comment and I'm already number 16. I don't know. That's interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But let's take a look at this news. We have some ECB comments overnight. Crude oil inventories was early in the morning, and not much. We have Trump at America's 250 event. Maybe we'll get some volatility off that. That's tomorrow night. We'll have that tomorrow evening. July 3rd is the big day. I mean, look at this. Look what we have coming out on the 3rd, which is not tomorrow, but Thursday. Unemployment claims, unemployment rates, non-farm, trade balance, jobless claims. PMI. Look at all this information coming out and all this data coming out. And then the 4th of July, I don't expect anything. I'm not going to be trading the 4th of July and nothing for the rest of the week. We do have the tariff deadline coming up on July 8th. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen with the headlines, a tweet from the president. But let's take a look at today, everyone. Let's take a look at today's price action. Did pretty well during fast markets. Let me see if I can show this. I wanted to show my... I've been trading a combine during fast markets, testing and just trading, getting used to this market since I've struggled in my live account that I've talked about for a while. Let me see if I could show this. While I do that, I'm going to play that music. Sure, I think I could show this. Look at this. Look how good that looks. Right? Nice, clean dashboard. Always trade for tomorrow. Oh, it logged me out. No, I clicked the button. But there's my statistics for fast markets the past few weeks. I'm not sure why it's not showing everything here. Maybe because I have the windows zoomed in. But not too bad. I've been enjoying trading the fast market, and then trading my live account during slow markets. Kind of getting back into the rhythm. The year is halfway over. The year is officially halfway over. And it's crazy to think that 2025 is halfway over. The first half is behind us. Let's focus on the second half. It's going to be an amazing second half, I think. We're already starting off with a bang. Already starting July and the second half off with a crazy bang. If you guys missed it, this morning, Topstep MP announced that there's going to be a transition for Topstep solely on Topstep X, and discuss the details this morning on fast markets. If you missed it, just watch it. Anyway, Dakota, pull up NASDAQ on the weekly charts. Don't use a stop loss. Just let it hit the DLL. No comments there. But let's take a look at the daily. Well, are we going to get some type of consolidation here? We got up to this 22,800, and this is a 3-bar reversal on the daily. We had a decent sell-off from the all-time high where we were down about 1.5%. Is this a buy the dip? Are we buy the dip on this, or are we going to look for maybe a little bit further continuation down? Let's see. I mean, for me, the only way I would be able to judge this would be like when we do get sell-offs, how big of a sell-off can we get? Like trying to estimate, how big have these dips been? 3.5%, maybe 4%. We've seen 3.5% there. I mean, this was basically a one-day sell-off. That was about 2%, and some of these other sell-offs have been about 3%. There's one that's about 3%. So could we expect a 3% sell-off, which would lead us down to maybe retest the high of June? June's high down here on August 10th? Or are we going to look for maybe some consolidation around this area? So maybe there could be more downside to this, or are we just going to maybe consolidate here for a little bit? Barcode here on the daily chart. Not sure. Let's zoom into an hourly chart. We have a lot of data coming out on Thursday, so maybe we just stay in kind of a holding pattern where I've seen this before. If these are the lows, and if we're going to consolidate until tomorrow, maybe we look for this market to just maybe do something like this. Can that happen? Possibly. Since consolidating pattern, holding pattern, maybe we don't even. I mean, that's a decent move. That's 300 points. Maybe we're not even looking for that much. Maybe this market just comes up, and you can see this nice support and resistance zone here at this 22,800. Right? Look, there's lots of support and resistance here at this level, at this 22,800. So that could be a possibility for us to come up and test that. For the bulls, for the bears, for the long side, short side, maybe we come back down and test these lows again. That could be a possibility. One thing I was looking at before coming on air was, look at this. We're starting a wedge pattern, a Dorito, right? Dorito. Shout out to Dobie. If we break, can we break this in one direction or the other? Possibly. So, yeah, I could see this happening. We're kind of coiling. We're up 0.1% tonight. Maybe we just consolidate until data comes out to headline, a tweet, something. It's a nice, slow markets. But we'll see. I have my live account pulled up, ready to go. Pull the trigger. Let's take a look at gold. Oh, gold. We're seeing more volatility here tonight in gold. So maybe the gold's the market to be trading. You can see gold. I took that loss last night on gold. Look at that. Like we didn't even get any pullback. It was just straight up. Just straight up. That was it. Straight up. And now we hit the 62 level, ran some stops. It looks like we got all the way up here to these 60s, 70s, and now we're starting to pull back some. And we consolidated for most of the day, to be honest, here in gold. We didn't get as much movement as I thought we'd get, like we got in the NASDAQ. We are trying to break down below out of that. I think tonight's going to be a nice chill night. A nice chill night. We haven't. I do not like this pattern. This is a megaphone pattern. Higher highs, lower lows. That's no fun. That's no fun one. If we come down here, maybe we look to buy it down here in these 40s. If we rally up into like maybe these 50s, look for this pattern to continue. This is a very ugly pattern. I've been caught into this pattern too many times. So let's get to some questions and continue. Like I said, it's Tuesday night. Netflix and Topstep. Deshaun. Go through some of these questions. Let's get to some questions, everybody. I know that retail traders represent 5% volume and our traders are 100% manual, whereas smart money have more than 95% algo trading. I don't know the percentages on that. I know the retail trader volume is so minimal, so small. I might even think it would be smaller than 5%, but I don't know the dollar amounts. Changing my sleep schedule for night shifts. Yeah. What's your goal for this month? Well, it's July, and there's a lot of amazing things planned for this month. You're going to have to just watch. You're going to have to watch. There's a big announcement this morning, and like I said, it's just the beginning. I still am wanting to get to $1 million account by the end of the year. So remember that, chat. I'm still looking to get to that size of account by the end of the year. And we're halfway through. I struggled the first half. Second half, it's still plausible. You can still do it. You might be seeing me trade 20 plus lots, contracts by the end of the year. Coach Dakota, I have a 10-year-old cousin that's been watching me trade and ask me questions. I know you started young. What are your thoughts on age to begin introducing the markets? I don't think there's an age where you're too small to introduce to the markets. I personally believe I started at a very young age. I think the way that you introduce a kid to the markets is extremely important. You don't want them to get. I think there could be a good way and a bad way. I'm trying to think of how you would introduce a kid to a market. I'm trying to think of for myself, right? Teach them the basics. Make it fun, right? You want to keep a kid interested. I mean, I could say a teenager, 10, 11, 12, 13. The idea should be evolved around fun. Right? Like, hey, we're going to learn these markets. We're going to learn very basic, simple, fun and simple, and not stress, not focused around money, right? You don't want to focus on the money. You want to focus on, the basics. It's just like teaching a kid sports. Now, I'm no professional, and I'm not the best coach, and I don't have the best advice, but it's my own opinion is when you teach a kid any sport for the first time, you teach them the basics and you try and have fun, enjoy it, be competitive. If you're going to do something, do it the right way. Show them all the Lambos, not the charts. Yeah. I would not want to get a kid involved thinking about money. I think the money is the wrong approach when introducing someone to the markets. Money could be motivation, right? But when someone plays baseball or football or soccer or any sport, they play it because they love the sport. They don't play it usually because they're in it for just the money, right? Yeah, I don't know a single kid in Little League sports who's like, I'm going to become a baseball player because I want to be rich. No, they love it. They love playing with their friends. I did. And then we say so many adults that don't have the attention span for trading. Attention span is big too, right? If you don't have the attention span, being patience is huge in these markets. I've struggled with patience since I've started streaming on air and being in front of an audience because I've had the encouragement to place trades, what do we want to call it? Yeah, the motivation I'm on air. I have thousands of traders viewing me. I need to be placing a trade. I'm going to show everybody how to trade. I need to be placing a trade. And that's been a negative effect on my patience and my trading, I believe. Yeah, put a trade on already. Why am I not trading? You're just sitting here talking, answering questions, listening to music. I wouldn't mind a short on the NASDAQ. Kind of want it to break down first. Where would we open up? This is where we closed down here. So I can see the NASDAQ coming back down and testing 700. Shall we? We'll go through points. I was looking for a short earlier, but it looked like it was going to break out. Let's see. I'll look for a runner down to maybe 700s. This is where we opened. This is not my target. This could be like a, if I have a runner on, maybe look for that, but how did I just put the stop? Simple, right? I put an order in and then I drag the stop. And there's some, if you have any questions, you hit this question mark over here on the left-hand side. There's a help center. There's 5-minute tutorials. All right, there's 5-minute tutorials, help center. There's a lot of nice resources here. And if you click this question mark over on the left-hand side of the platform. Dakota is the only trader who opens his account with plus $2. I don't get it. The tutorials are great. Yeah, there we go. There's a good testament to those tutorials. Risk it for the biscuit. Is it chop fest? No way I'm trading. Yeah, chop, consolidation, slow markets. The slow market trade of the night. I don't know. I'm thinking about gold. But look at that. That's such an ugly pattern. And we're like, this is a nice rally on gold, and then here's a pullback. So there could be, I mean, continuation, right? But maybe we even have a deeper pullback. This is a tough one, chat. That there could be, that's one point of view, right? The second point of view is easily like, I don't know. Nothing that's like standing out obvious. And to be honest, sometimes if there's nothing standing out and very obvious to you, 9 times out of 10 is the best thing to do is no position. No position is a position. Play some music. We do have music. Do we not? Oh, I had music. You didn't. Sorry. I'm over here jamming out to music, and I forgot to play it for everyone. Oh, that's okay. Let's take a look at this NASDAQ. What's NASDAQ doing? We'll set this. I'm going to set this up so I can watch both. Got the 5-minute over here on the left. 100 ticks over here on the right. And we'll see if we get a breakdown. 3 points. You know a YouTuber that solves puzzles on that beat? tell you what, there's no greater puzzle than these markets. There's no puzzle solver that can solve the markets here. Greatest puzzle of them all. You need a drink now. Chill in slow markets. Get rid of all these drawings and we could watch it. You like really complicated, rare custom puzzles. There's a YouTuber. I think I know who you're talking about. He has like a bunch of tattoos and he solves these real cool puzzles. No, I'm not in fast markets. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Is that him? Is that him? Let me see. I can't show him on here, but let me. I want to make sure it's the right guy. Like some of the puzzles is like $20,000. Is it Chris Ramsey? Chris Ramsey? Yeah, that's the man. Yeah, it's cool. It's entertaining. That's entertaining. I love puzzles as well. Soldier Trader, hey D, what was my biggest loss ever? Biggest loss is relative, right? If you're talking in terms of percentages, I would say 20%. It was my 25% was my biggest loss ever when I was starting out of an account value. My biggest loss ever in terms of dollar amounts was this year. I showed it earlier. And it wasn't in this account. Not this account. Brady, I think he loves me. You know, you have to have passion. Love and hate, both of those. You have to have a lot of passion to really hate someone. You also have to have a lot of passion to really love someone. So whether you hate someone or love someone or just talk about them so much, you have to have a lot of passion. Is the Nikkei pulling back on the 15? I haven't looked at the Nikkei. I'm sorry. What's my biggest daily gain? Biggest daily gain from the percent value is probably like, you really want to know, it's probably like 200% of my entire account when I was doing extreme risk on a fun account. And dollar amounts, it's the same as a little less than my biggest loss. Like I said, when someone asks what's your biggest gain or biggest loss, it's all relative to the account size. And it's not in futures. My biggest wins and biggest losses did not come in futures. Options. All options. Do I recommend micros on 50Ks? Yes. I strongly recommend micros on a 50K account. Starting off, if you're brand new to futures, you're learning what futures are, if you're tuning in for the first time and you've never traded before, I strongly recommend micros until you feel confident to slowly scale up. But let's do hashtag slow markets. If you do not have anything, you do 20 micros, keep it small. Okay. There it is. Hashtag slow markets if you want to do it. There. There it is. Why not go all in with 50 micros? Can you demo trade on Topstep X? Yeah, you can. Yes, you can demo trade on Topstep X. I'm taking bad losses because I'm struggling to set a proper stop losses. So there's a lot of ways to put proper stop losses. It really depends on your time frame. It depends on your time frame. It depends on so many different things. Me personally, I like stop losses based off of market structure, based off of technical analysis. So if I'm looking for a stop loss, this could possibly be some areas to put my stop loss above, right? I can have my stop loss, way up here, maybe down this one, or maybe even down here. And it also depends on your time frame. What are you looking at? Where's your take profit? Is my take profit all the way down here? This is a 1-to-1. Is my stop loss all the way down to like 723? That's more of a 3-to-1, maybe a 4-to-1. So it depends so much on your strategy and how you trade. Some traders I've seen, they use something like a moving average, and their stop loss is based off of a moving average or some type of indicator. Me personally, I like technicals, and so I like to have my stop loss based off of technicals. DCA until it works. Going to sleep. Full port Dorito. We're just consolidating. Kat Vaughn, I am learning about inner circle trading. There's some good traders that they take others and the way they view the markets and they make it their own. They develop their own process and they trade well. So I'll never bash anybody else's teaching because it can work for some traders. It's 2 a.m. there. Yeah, you need some sleep. I don't know. I've never liked a monetary value for a stop loss, because for me a stop loss should be from a point of invalidation. Thoughts on trading influencers? There's some good influencers that help traders. There's also, I think there's more bad influencers or simfluencers out there than there are good ones, and you kind of have to do your own research and make your own decisions. What time frame do I think is best for a new day trader? It depends. I wouldn't say one time frame. If you're new to day trading, I would definitely pick 2 time frames, like an hourly and then the 5-minute, or an hourly and a 15-minute, and make sure you have an understanding of when is a trending market, when is a consolidating market, and kind of stick to the basics. You wish there was more female traders? I don't know what the percentages are, but I could agree with you. Do you often use soft mental stops? That's not a hard stop on most trades. No, during my slow markets class, you'll see me just let the trade run overnight. Like slow markets trade of the night, right? I'll place a trade and it just hits my stop loss or it hits my take profit. A lot of times during the slow markets trade, I'll let it play out. I'd go to sleep and let the trade play out. During fast markets, when I'm actively scalping and the market's changing so fast, I'll have a hard stop. Like this would be like my hard stop. But then if the price action changes, I might elect to choose to be like, okay, price action changed. I'm going to go ahead and just get out of it. So today I bought gold and immediately dropped $3.80. Oh. I've seen a lot more females in the trading world, more than there used to be. Trading, especially futures trading, it is becoming a lot more available, right? Everyone has a mobile phone. It's becoming more popular. It's becoming more available. Everyone with a phone could trade. It's cheaper, right? The barriers to entry are getting lower and lower. I love Topstep. Have 5 accounts and only looking to make 200 times 5 per day. You don't need a lot of money for it to start adding up. I mean, you want to do basic math. If you want to do basic math, how much does a person make a day in the regular day job? I mean, depending on where you're at around the world, if you're in Chicago, or if you're in Utah, or if you're in Florida or California, the average daily salary is different. We have traders, Topstep's international, so we have traders from around the world. We have traders that are from Australia, right? We have traders from, I mean, every continent, and the daily salary fluctuates so dramatically. If someone makes even $50 a day, that could be life-changing money, because $50 US per day could mean something completely different to someone else in a different country, a different currency. I mean, some would look at $50 a week and be happy with $50 a week for a salary. Hit the reverse button, Dakota. I'm okay with this trade. This is my trade. $70 a day in the US gets you minimum wage. I mean, there you go. And it depends on what your goals are, right? Do you want to completely replace your income? Are you looking for this to just supplement your income? Like, what is your goals? What are you looking for? It's that comment. I can't remember who said it, Doom, but maybe you remember. It's more than what you need, but less than what you want. Everybody always wants what you see on YouTube and social media. Everyone wants that, right? You want the flashy cars, the Mr. and Mrs. Smith lifestyle that everyone's pushing affiliate codes, advertising. But it's more than what you need, right? If you're making $200 a day, that's probably more than what you need. However, it's just less than what you want. You want to chill with your fam and play video games? That's all it takes. Sometimes that's all you need. That's $100K a year. I want a Ferrari. Steve Wright, what do you mean the XFA process? Once you pass a combine, then you'll have access to an XFA, which is an express funded account. And profits made in an XFA, you can take a payout and then get eligible for a live account. I want to make people happy. Yeah, so do I. Tune in. Hey, everybody. So I'm doing it again. So I did it Monday, and I'm doing it again Thursday. I think Jay might be joining me. I'll double check, but for every like that Topstep gets, I'll donate $1 to breast cancer. Yeah, I'll double check, but that's what I plan on doing. Why breast cancer? Well, if you didn't know, I'll show you why. I talked about it. I don't like to talk about it very much. I'm not here to get emotional. Yeah. Yep, Richard. It's a family member close to me. Just got diagnosed. Is undergoing chemotherapy. Pretty dramatic. Yeah, it's personal. Yeah, it's personal. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not even the worst part. That's not even the worst part. I don't have permission to spill out all the drama on social media and internet, but my sister gave me permission to at least talk about this. Doom Lord, I mean, that's part of why I'm doing it, all right? We gotta save it. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, like I said, I appreciate all the comments I've been getting. It's crazy how life is, right? It's basically sometimes you need reminders that money's not everything. What is this terrible choppy price action? I know. It's already at the top of the hour. It's past the top of the hour. Are we seeing any movements in other markets? Gold doing a big nothing. Same thing. Same thing here in gold. Just chop. Chop. Waiting pattern. Waiting. Slow markets are usually chill. Yeah, they are now. Thank you. I'll have to show her this chat. Yeah, that's all we can do. Hope for the best. Life is what happens while you're making other plans. Make the best of every day. Oh yeah, we find that out all the time. What's your trade idea? God bless my sister. Thank you, Damon. I mean, we're chilling here with 3 micros on in this chop. Made $80 on gold. Hassan, thank you. Steve, even if you don't have money, I know it's harder to say, and it's, yeah. Think of it like this. Somebody asked me this question a month ago, and it made me think this. Okay, here's a question for everybody in the chat. If you had $5 million today, let's say you have $5 million, and then in 20 years from now, right? 20 years from now, say you're 20, whatever age you are, in 20 years, would you give up all the money you have to be the age you are today? And I think, like, the answer for everybody probably is yes, right? Right now I'm 31 years old. When I'm 51, my answer is yes. I would give up all my money to be the age I am today, 31. And I don't even think it, like, think of anybody in this world, right? Even the rich, like Elon Musk. Elon Musk, popular topic. I guarantee you, Elon Musk would give up all his money to be 20 years old younger. Somebody should ask him that. What about Trump? What about Donald Trump? Would Donald Trump give up all of his money to be 20 years younger? Well, of course it's not possible. But the idea is the fact that time is more valuable than the dollar amount. Richard says no, they would not. I would. Maybe one day getting a life extension would be like a hair transplant. Not younger, but healthy. Oh, that's maybe a better one, right? Smart one. Number 3. There's the crown. My father says we only value youth when we lose it. Some of you guys are overthinking it. Some of you guys are overthinking it. 20 years younger with the experience and wisdom that I have now? Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't think of it too much in depth. How is my perspective? All right, I gotta change up this song. Yeah, tough choice. That's a tough choice. You see my flux capacitor? What, Mo? I'm about to get stopped out. Will Rodden says, Dakota is about to get stopped out. Will fade me, bro. Fade me with no stop loss. Because I don't have a take profit. I am doomed. It's too late now. As soon as he said that, the market dropped like back down to the low of his range. Health is our greatest treasure. Thank you, Hassan. Yeah, Jay's awesome. Jay's a close friend of mine. I think Jay and I is going to be doing the soon to be some more content together. Let her rip, potato chip. Do I use the trade copier for your other active accounts? No, this is my only active account in the prop firm world. This Topstep X live account. This is the only active account. I don't trade to other prop firms. I don't switch. Now, hear me out, everybody. Now, record this, clip it, put it on social media. I could almost guarantee you that I probably could have thrown thousands of dollars into other prop firms and got a bunch of other payouts and maybe thousands and thousands of dollars of payouts to share and pump up my social media with different prop firms, right? Because that's easy. I don't know. Okay, maybe easy is not the right word, but it's easier than just trading a single live account with one prop firm. Because, yeah, I could be like, yeah, I just sign up for this prop firm. I could sign up for that prop firm. I could put $5,000 here, $5,000 worth of combines and resets or evaluations. And then I could get long there, get short there. If I get stopped out of one account, I'll switch it and I'll full 15 contracts another account. And then, you know, I'll always be in the green somewhere. And then eventually I'll just take a payout. And then as soon as I take a payout, I screenshot it and go crazy and promote it and blast it all over social media on that payout, which I just can't do that. I really can't do that. And you don't really know if they're net positive or not. I mean, is it really multiple jobs? You're just spending money and copy trading it. But they got the cars, coach. It's deception, right? You know that everyone here knows the story of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Yeah, it's. They rent the car, take a video, then they seem rich. Brad Pitt. Is it better to look rich or be rich? This market's just consolidating. We have went nowhere fast. They almost killed each other cleaning the house. Trade, it's the discipline and not stressing about money. The biggest part of my life I had to change was my level of discipline and not putting so much stress, like so much emphasis on making money. Like, I need to make money to pay my bills. I need to make money. The less I needed to make money, the more money I was able to make. As ironic as that sounds, that's kind of sometimes how it works psychologically, right? Just not thinking about the money, thinking about the process. I mean, it's the same like simulated trading, right? If you trade a demo account versus account where you can actually receive a payout, it's very easy to make money in a demo account, right? You just place the trade and wow, that was easy. But then when you're trading like an XFA or a combine or a live account, it's not as easy, even though it's like the process is the same. Trading definitely challenges us. Yeah. If you really do take this serious, yeah, you learn more about yourself. What you want isn't what you get, and what you get isn't necessarily what you need. Correct. All mentality low with the low of all trades has the #1 crown. This is fun. You know what I might be able to do in the future? I'll talk with the team. Maybe I could do something for the people with the crowns. Like, yeah, tonight, the top 3 crowns, whatever this is, gets an entry into a VIP drawing, gets an extra. I don't know. I'll talk to the team. That would be fun. I don't know if it's consistent enough, or even if it makes sense, but I think that would be fun. Read What is Man by Mark Twain. What is Man by Mark Twain? Okay. What is Man by Mark Twain? I'll remember that. I don't know how it works. This is new for me. The crown is it's new. It's new. I click on it. I'm a moderator in the YouTube chat, so I can click on it and it says the top 50 or everyone in here, and then there's like experience, and it says what's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. The top 3 get special badges in the live chat. It resets every stream. Okay. I don't know. What crown? In the YouTube chat. Experience points. We have experience points in the YouTube chat. Whatever that is. Who's gonna say where's mine? Will Rodden says, Dakota's about to get stopped out. I bought QQQ call at 4 a.m. and bought 30 MNQ 22710 at 8 p.m. Okay, well, I wish you well. The longer you're on, the more experience you get. Interesting. Okay. I'm maxed out player. Where's my crown? I have been working with TradeView tonight and seeing how accurate the emails are coming in to compare it to Topstep X possible fee. I've been not sure what you mean by that, Lee J7. Accurate the emails? I have 0 chance with my short. I'm out short. GC may go lower now, coach. Let's look. We haven't really seen anything. I might end a little bit early tonight if there's not too much going on. Coach Jay is going to be joining me tomorrow. Yeah, gold is looking like we might sell off. Gold is looking a little bit heavy tonight. NASDAQ, we have not went anywhere. Sitting on your hands from now? Hey, no position is a position. Tired of watching yours dance over and under breaking even. That's all that this has been doing. Up and down and up and down. I could add if we bounce up to like 16 and close it for 3 points. We're going for 3 points. The song didn't. Yeah, I seen that. That's okay. That's okay, Jill. We'll get it figured out. I have a daily loss limit that I follow strictly. Sign of no drama. Yeah, that's a positive thing. There's always drama, though. Always drama. Do we have any slow market? Oh, wow. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Careful while driving, though. Not sure where this person is, but is this a Tesla? I'm not sure. Even when I'm away from the charts, I still tune in to the GOAT, Coach Dakota. Always dropping gems. Love that. Love that. Love that. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and there we go. Brady, Dakota, I'm in long. Please don't short. I've been in short for an hour. I mean, has it been an hour? For a while now. Tesla trading. What's Baron doing now? I don't know. I don't know. He's going to join me for Ooh, we don't have class Thursday. Maybe we'll do a makeup. Maybe we'll do a makeup day with Baron and I. I'll message him. I'll message him. All right, green on the screen. Doom Lord, a makeup day. It's like when you miss a day, you do an extra day next week type thing. That's a makeup day. Mike Trades, how tall am I? Take a guess. I'm just going to look for this market to get back down to 700. Maybe these 690s. This is where we opened. Oh, a little bit less than 6.1. a little bit. My driver's license says 6 foot even. Yeah, I don't know. It's what's your obsession, man? What traders are obsessed with height? It's like I'm 6 foot, but then when I'm wearing shoes, yeah, you could say I'm 6'1". I mean, Matt Stewart, do I use indicators? You see what I do not use indicators. Sometimes I'll throw like an ATR on there to see how volatile or how the volatility is in the markets. Okay, well, we're getting somewhere now. Okay, we're getting somewhere in this market. Ooh, uh-oh. We're at 5 points. Don't call it a sell-off. 5 points. Oh, where's that guy that was long and stop loss and all that? Let's keep going. Let's go. 7 points. What a slow market, chat. Like, that would be a 40-point move in April in slow markets. Ken says, you know your height in hills, Dakota, don't lie. Yeah, my height in 6-inch hills would be 6'6". Dakota, did you go to college? If so, what did you study? I did. I studied finance. And I was in the process of getting my CF certified financial advisor, or not CPA, certified. I don't even know what it was anymore, chat. It's been 6 months since I took a class on it. CFA, certified financial analyst. CFA. It's the tests is insane. Yeah, not CFP, CFA. The tests though are just insane. I mean, you think Series 3 is hard? No, CFA is not advisor and analyst. Yeah, I don't know why it's advisor. I was thinking the Topstep risk closer. It's not just one test. It's multiple tests. I haven't taken them. No, I was studying for the first one. I have the books. I believe it requires you to have at minimum a bachelor's degree or equal. So I could take it. I could take it. I have my financial degree, but it'd probably take a good quarter, maybe a good semester of studying the books again. Yeah, the CFA tests are absolutely a nightmare. Absolutely. My scalping setups, it's doing okay. My overnight and my slow markets have been doing a lot better. The Dodd-Frank made it that way. I know the Dodd-Frank put a damper on a lot of the Forex trading here in the US. Do you also study for HP12C calculator? I do not. What's HP12C? Calculator. HP12C calculator? Yeah, I read leverage decay. Can only imagine a CFA test. Starting to go over leverage decay. Okay, that's the fun stuff. You start getting into all that fun stuff. Oh yeah, I mean I mean it's what, 120 bucks for a calculator like that. Well, it depends. I have not seen Bitcoin. We're watching NASDAQ for a moment. We're seeing if we could break through 700 here. Richard, you have a gift at passing tests. I find the tests to be easier than homework. Test taking is a lot easier if you know how to take tests. Like my series 3, I studied for a day, and the way that a lot of the exams are structured for test taking, you could sometimes get the right answer without knowing the question, if you understand how questions are structured. I mean, there's classes on how to take tests, regardless of what subject it is. Come on, Margaret. Let's get down to the 690s, which is not, it doesn't sound very far, but yeah, with this very low volatility market, it seems like it's forever. We're up 7 points again. Mo, no, yeah, no Nikkei, no love for the Nikkei. It's all NASDAQ. NASDAQ gets my attention tonight. Let's see if we get down here to these 90s. Let's go. Low of trades. You got the crown. You got the crown. Supposedly, if you get your CFA, the sky's the limit. I mean, if you get your CFA, it's not going to make you a better trader. And you can make more money trading than you can with most 99% of CFA jobs. I mean, I took $500,000 in payouts last year. And so you tell me there's a CFA job where I can make $500,000 a year. Sure, it might be very, very hard to get. But then it's like, well, in my personal accounts, much greater than that. And so it's not going to make me a better day trader. It's not going to make me a better options or stock trader either. And so I haven't been too motivated to get my CFA. Everyone was getting used to the pure crazy volatility of the NASDAQ. Look, you want to see the perspective. Look at this. You want to see the perspective of volatility, chat? Look at this. Let's throw on an indicator. We'll throw on an average true range. Take a look at this. Average true range is just the average range of each of these candles. This is a daily chart. This is daily. And this goes back to May 2020. Look at the volatility, right? This is April 2022. Zooming into this year, or the past year. This was April, May of last year. This was August. Remember when we had that huge spike in volatility, end of July, beginning of August, where the market crashed and everything was so dramatic? Yeah, we got it just over 500 points a day. And now look what we got. That's insanity. We was averaging 800 points plus, almost 900 points a day in the NASDAQ at one point in time. But then the markets were crashing due to, what was it? The Japan carry, or the carry trade, whatever it was, back in August. Like, that was big volatility. That was like, wow, this market's just selling off with this crazy volatility, and then just doubled. So huge amounts of volatility. And now look where we're at. Just straight back down. And this is normal. This is normal volatility. This is why I call it slow markets. This is the true normal markets. Slow and true. Set trades up. Use higher time frames. Oh, do Lord. Number 2. GTA for the win. Doomlord has the crown. And still I don't, yeah. Look at the 30-minute time frame starting to roll over in the NASDAQ. Yeah, you can kind of see that, right? We defended these 718s, but now we're bouncing off these 704s. Whole lot of nothing. I'd like to see us push down to, I'd like to see these 690s come into play again. 690s, why not? That's where we opened up. That's where we started this session. Look, there's another crown. Look at the crowns all in the chat. Thank you, the bullet traders. 702 quarter is the Asian session low at the moment. What a rocket on gold. I mean, gold's selling off. I wouldn't say rocket. What do you mean rocket? Market's too slow to me. Yeah, and that's why I like doing higher time frames. Higher time frames is the thing to do. I've been doing the slow markets, trade of the evening, trade of the night, yeah, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that's been the thing. So gold's kind of picked a direction here tonight. Now the question is, do we buy this pullback in gold? Possibly, if we get down to these 33.27s. I'd like to see better market structure, but this could very well be a buying opportunity in gold. Remember, higher time frames. I'm looking at an hourly chart. Hold this 1 hour, 200 EMA. Submarine, rocket, submarine, selling off. How has everybody been liking the slow market trade of the night? Where I've been posting, I've been talking about it. Anybody, you guys liking that? JT says, Dakota, why are people calling slippage on Topstep X? I've never experienced that. Thoughts? I'm not sure. I know there's slippage when I'm trading a live account, and it doesn't matter what platform or where I'm trading at. Like Interactive Brokers, Ninja Trader. I mean, you name the platform. If you trade a live account, there's slippage. So maybe I just don't understand it, or what what those details are. So can't really speak on it unless I understood it. What does slippage mean? Ooh, good question. So slippage means that the price from where your order is triggered to the price that your order gets filled, and that difference is called slippage. So for example, I'm just going to do an example here, okay? We shall do an example. Let's go to an example. Markets are so slow anyway. So if I want a sell, okay, let's say my stop loss, right? Where's my stop loss? My stop loss is at 735.00. If some headline comes out and says, Jerome Powell cutting interest rates, emergency interest rate cut, and let's say this market just shoots up, just very fast, just goes straight up, my stop loss turns into a market order. So it says, I want 735 as a sell. But then if the market's going fast and the next available price isn't 735, the next available price might be 736. So I get filled at 736. and the difference is slippage. Limit orders will not get slippage because it's that limit or better. But market orders and stop orders typically would see slippage during high volatile times or during volatile markets, or if the spreads are different. Yep. That's why I like limit orders a lot. Look, we bounced right off 704. What is this? Buy low, sell high in this consolidating market. Do you know why you get filled? Yeah, because it's the next available price. It's like, it's an auction. It really is. If you're looking to sell, like this stop order, this says stop. I'm short 3. So for me to get stopped, this says buy 3 at whatever price is available. And if the market moves past 735, then the only 3 contracts available might be at 736, for example. Then it's going to take those 3 contracts at 736 and get me out of the market. There's plenty of stories and examples during like 2008, during like limit up, limit down, during no liquid, like very illiquid markets where traders just can't get filled for longer period of times. You hear Hoag and any trader that has traded in the pits physically before like this electronic trading can tell you about slippage, right? If there's nobody willing to take the opposite end of your trade, then you're screwed. You can't get out of your position. And I remember very vividly about some of the stories on the pits that I've heard, not only from Hoag and Eddie, but from like there's plenty of pit traders who's like 2008 when the market was crashing, or limit down days where it's like you get in a position and you're trying to get out of your position and cover at a loss, but the market was just moving so fast and nobody was willing to buy your position, and you go from being down 50,000 to down 100,000, and you're just like, just get me out of this, and nobody's willing to buy. So that's an extreme example. But now we have the technology where you're not going to see that. Very rare. I mean, we had some very, very high volatile times in April, and I just showed you that we'll see dramatic slippage, right? We talk about tape bombs, like, oh man, that was a tape bomb. Because if my stop loss is here at 735, and then we just get a big tape bomb, and just for some reason, like I said, Jerome Powell has an emergency rate cut, and this market just gaps all the way up to 565, I might not get filled until 565 or 756, right? So even though my stop's down here, if this market just gaps all the way up, my fill might be clear up here. This is my live account, and that has happened. It's happened in my live account last year. Who remembers that, chat? I slept through a news event with 15 was it 15 or it was 20? I had 15 or 20 minis long. No, I was short. 15 or 20 minis short last year in July. And I slept through inflation, and I got slippage of 50 points. I think it was 20. It was 50 points in 20. No, yeah, it was 50 points in 20 contracts. It was not FOMC. It was freaking inflation data. I got slipped 50 points. What happened is when I woke up, the market was down. The market was down big, and I was excited because I was short in my Topstep Live account, and then I was short in my personal account. And the first thing I did was check my personal account, and I'm like, dang, today's an amazing day. Today's an amazing day. Markets are just selling off. inflation came in hotter than expected. Markets are selling off. And then I checked my live account, my day trading account, and nope, freaking it slipped my stop, and minus 20 grand. I got a call from Mick. He's like, dude, what happened? What happened? I'm like, you freaking slippage. Oh, I joke about it now because that's all we could do is laugh, but I was pretty pissed off. This is a nice thing because in my personal accounts I had options. Options, they expire at end of day. I didn't really have a stop loss, right? They expire. I didn't have a stop loss in my options because they're covered options. I have stocks, and yeah, I don't want to go into the details on that one, but yeah, talk about slippage. I know about slippage. I don't have any good stories about slippage either, unfortunately. No good slippage stories of when you was trading SPX. And that's nowhere near my biggest loss. That was my biggest mistake, I think, in the day trading world. My biggest mistake. Just 20,000. Just poof. That's a $20,000 alarm clock. Snooze. Oh man. Music is life. That's normal for me. There's a bunch of examples last year where I would have 20 or 30 contracts going through overnight slow markets, just like this. You know, this is 3 micros, but there's plenty of examples, even on air with Coach Jay, where I'd be in like 30 contracts and I'll just put set a trade up and I'll just let it run overnight and then wake up in the morning. Yeah, it was a mistake. Not waking up when you should before a news event was a mistake on my end. No excuses. I can't blame anyone else as much as I want to blame the alarm clock or blame this or that. It's Jocko Williams wrote a book about extreme ownership. It's a good book. I recommend reading it. Extreme Ownership. Jocko Williams. Don't blame anyone else. It was me. Whoa, Dakota, heard about your charity drive earlier. What was the total amount? So we got to 1,600 likes on Monday for fast markets. So I donated 1,600. And I'm going to do it again Thursday morning. If we get, say, 5,000 likes, I'll donate 5,000 to breast cancer. Um, 20 to 30 minis is pretty heavy overnight. Weren't you worried about your orders being seen? No. Once you're in a position, they don't see your orders. It wasn't a limit order. I was already in a position. No, Martin, but my plan was to get out before the news hit. So I did not want to be in that big a position before an inflation data or a news event, right? And I knew, and it's a scheduled news event. It's a scheduled news event is one you could plan for and you could manage your position, close out of your position before the news comes out. Another thing is like a random tweet that moves the markets dramatically. That's something that's not planned, and I'd say, yeah, it's not a mistake. That just sucks because it happened and you happen to have a position. I know in April, basically January, February, March, and April, May, I mean, you kind of need to understand, like, wow, we are in a market environment where we could get a tweet from the president that will move these markets dramatically. I don't want to be having any overnight positions. So everyone's seen, I didn't really have any overnight positions for the past few months. And now I'm starting to have more overnight positions. I've been doing the slow markets trade of the night, right? I've been talking about it. So I don't mind doing that now because these markets are back to normal and we're seeing a lot less, headline risk. And we're seeing a lot of less, tweets that are moving these markets. So correct. Yeah, that's the error. And Martin gets the number 1 crown. All right, these markets are right back down to the 706. 8 more minutes. You took one phone call. That's what happens. 7:05. Thanks, Jill. Coach Hoop, I got your message. Let's see if we can get down to 700. Come on, let's take some profits. Let's take some profits. I'll put a buy limit in right there. Buy limit 701. Right at the bottom of that little spike. Oh, filled. Well, we tagged 700. I got 701. The question is, do we see any follow through? I'm just gonna limit my risk right there. Look, come on, let's get this. Was that the low? Getting 701. I was thinking we could maybe break 701s, get into these 90s, and I close out my other 2 contracts. How many screens? What's on them? You're looking at them. This is what I trade off of. What you see is what I trade. Wrong. There. This is what I trade. There we go. Just this. I stretch it out. That's what I trade. There you go. And I use join bid, join ask. Why does my 100 tick? Probably because you're on minis. These are micros. Micros have more volume, and if there's more volume, you'll see more candlesticks on the 100 tick chart. You're only trading regular trading hours these days. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Trade what makes you comfortable. If you only like trading London, only trade London. If you only like trading this market, that market, that's why we have the lockouts. You have these risk management features. You could do a symbol blocking. I mean, currency blocking. You go through here, and yeah, this is the main reason why I really like Topstep X is these risk management features. I've seen these features save accounts, help traders dramatically. This is what I like. And I don't get this on other platforms. Now, there might be some of these features on one platform, maybe some on the other platform. You might have to read a book to figure out how to use them. I click on one button and I have access to these features. Like my interactive brokers, you legit probably have to read a 1-inch thick page manual to understand how to do some of this stuff, if any of it's available. And I've been trading with interactive brokers for quite a while. 10 years now. 10 years at interactive brokers, and this takes the cake. All right, let's get back down to those 700s. Now we're starting to pick a little bit of a direction. Whoever that guy was, hopefully their target on their bought the QQQ and was long the NASDAQ has some risk tolerance. The fade me bro. Where'd the fade me bro dude go? All right, let's take another one at 98. I'll take 98. We'll take 98. Thank you, Q. Love the streams. Been watching for a few months now. There we go. Can't get any better than that, right, chat? All right, we got to do this. This was the slow markets trade of the night. We'll go ahead and put the take profit there. Damn it, take profit might get filled too fast. Where'd the fade me bro go? And I think this is a great way to end it, chat. Great way to end it. Close this position. Target hit. And, yeah. He faded away. Oh, that's why I say I do that risk disclosure for a reason. I don't like to see traders lose. Fade, signal, any of that. It's never a nice thing to see. I don't like seeing that, chat. I love to joke around. Hopefully that's all they're doing. There we go. There's the slow. I want to get out of this trade sooner rather than later. Slow markets of the year. Oh, look at this. Titan of futures trading. If you're here, I appreciate that. Look at that. That's so nice. One of our own is facing personal battle. His sister's facing cancer. True wealth isn't measured in profits. Please consider it. Love that. Big shout out to you. See, there is hope in this community, right? Hopefully they're watching. So there we go. That's the trade. That is the trade, everybody. Let's go ahead and end it there. Nice little trade for... Is this a little trade? 22 points in this market? It's pretty dang good, man. I got most of the range. So there you go. Take care, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow afternoon. Take care, everybody. Bye. Take profit hit, maybe. Oh.